Cannabis reverses late-stage Alzheimer's. Published on January 24, 2017 in Overall Health by Get Holistic Health. Alzheimer's disease has become the third leading disease cause of death, behind heart disease and cancer. Its rate has risen almost exponentially over the past few decades, and the numbers are expected to triple by 2050. 1. Meanwhile, Big Pharma is clueless, which is a blessing in disguise, as some more effective, less expensive and less toxic remedies are slipping through the cracks. You've probably read about the positive effects of coconut oil's medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, to produce ketones that energize brain cells in lieu of dysfunctional brain metabolism. And there are herbs from traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda that are helpful, while Big Pharma flounders with failures to create a profitable Alzheimer's pharmaceuticals that might help more than harm. But now there is another effective non-pharmaceutical solution to add: cannabis. An anecdotal case of cannabis ameliorating symptoms of late-stage Alzheimer's. Late-stage Alzheimer's victims are a handful to manage. They are the senior citizen counterparts to autistic children. A daughter tells the arduous caretaker story of managing her mother's final stages of Alzheimer's by getting her on medical marijuana and off pharmaceuticals. Her mother arrived at her Oregon home in really bad shape with Alzheimer's with a prognosis of 6 months to live. This older lady was not the type who took advantage of holistic medicine and organic foods and supplements. In addition to her Alzheimer's, she was on several other medications for other ailments. But the crafty inclusion of some home-cooked organic meals and cannabis while taking care of her produced very positive results. Her cognitive abilities improved considerably, and she became much more sociable and cooperative instead of feisty, angry, inappropriate and antisocial, which are all symptoms of Alzheimer's, in addition to the gross absence of memory. Her mother did pass away peacefully and lovingly at age 83 after the mother-daughter bond was firmly re-established. In other words, she exited the earthly realm in a much better state than if she had not been exposed to cannabis treatments. 2. Beyond anecdotal, scientific studies support this woman's story. A 2013 in vivo, mice, study in Spain, one of the vanguards for cannabis research, did a study on cannabis for Alzheimer's entitled CB2 Cannabinoid Receptor Agonist Ameliorates Alzheimer-like Phenotype in a beta pages/PS1 mice. The researchers concluded that the present study lends support to the idea that stimulation of CB2 cannabinoid receptors ameliorates several altered parameters in Alzheimer's disease such as impaired memory and learning, neuroinflammation, oxidative stress damage and oxidative stress responses, selected Tau kinases, and Tau hyperphosphorylation around plaques. 3. But that's not the only recent Alzheimer's study that has come to similar conclusions. Scientists at Sarasota, Florida's independent Roscamp Institute came up with the most advanced understanding of Alzheimer's mechanics and how cannabis demonstrates efficacy without toxic side effects. Their study was preceded by similar cannabis efficacy results for Alzheimer's by Neuroscience Research Australia and Ohio State University, OSU. 4. Gary Weck, Ph.D., Professor of Neuroscience, Immunology and Medical Genetics at OSU, told Time, "I've been trying to find a drug that will reduce brain inflammation and restore cognitive function in rats for over 25 years. Cannabinoids are the first and only class of drugs that have ever been effective." 4. Emphasis added. Weck added, "I think that the perception about this drug is changing and in the future people will be less fearful. Let's hope so." Sources for this article include 1. http://www.alz.org, PDF. 2. http://skukfumresark.com. 3. http://www.kpi.nlm.nih.gov. 4. http://www.truthapot.com. http://science.acherolos.com. About the author. Paul Fasser is dedicated to warning others about the current corruption of food and medicine and guiding them towards direction for better health with no restrictions on health freedom. and you can visit his blog at http://healthmave.blogspot.com. Source: http://046219_cannabis_Alzheimer's_disease_prevention.html. Image credits: http://thefreethousand project.com/study-shows-cannabis-effective-treatment-6th-leading-death. http://www.getholistichealth.com/46579/cannabis-reverses-late-stage Alzheimer's